As of April 2025, the U.S. economy is navigating a landscape marked by significant policy shifts that are influencing business operations, investment strategies, and market dynamics. The current administration, under President Donald Trump, has introduced a series of economic measures aimed at reshaping various sectors. These policies are expected to have far-reaching effects on businesses, both domestically and internationally. This video examines the top 10 recent economic policies that are shaping U.S. business in 2025. 1. Tariff increases on Chinese imports. The administration has implemented substantial tariff hikes on Chinese goods, raising effective tariff rates by 3 to 4 percentage points. This move aims to address trade imbalances and protect domestic industries. However, it has also led to retaliatory tariffs from China, affecting U.S. exporters and increasing costs for businesses reliant on Chinese imports. The World Trade Organization, WTO, has projected a potential 1.5% decline in global trade if these tariffs remain in place, with significant impacts on North American trade volumes. 2. Corporate tax reforms. In response to fiscal pressures, the administration is considering adjustments to corporate tax rates, including potential increases. This policy shift aims to address the growing federal budget deficit, which is projected to reach $1.9 trillion in fiscal year 2025. While the intent is to enhance government revenue, businesses may face higher tax burdens, potentially affecting profitability and investment decisions. 3. Deregulation efforts. The current administration has continued its deregulatory agenda, aiming to reduce compliance costs for businesses. This includes rolling back environmental regulations and labor protections. While proponents argue that deregulation fosters economic growth and job creation, critics express concerns about potential negative impacts on public health and worker rights. The effectiveness of these policies in stimulating long-term economic growth remains a topic of debate. 4. Infrastructure investment initiatives. Significant investments in infrastructure have been prioritized, focusing on modernizing transportation networks, energy systems, and digital infrastructure. These initiatives are expected to create jobs and stimulate economic activity. However, the implementation of these projects faces challenges such as funding constraints and logistical complexities, which may delay their anticipated benefits. 5. Changes in immigration policies. The administration has enacted stricter immigration policies, affecting the availability of foreign labor. These changes impact industries such as agriculture, construction, and technology, which rely heavily on immigrant workers. While the intent is to prioritize domestic employment, businesses may experience labor shortages, potentially leading to increased wages and operational disruptions. 6. Monetary policy adjustments. The Federal Reserve has maintained a cautious approach to monetary policy, keeping interest rates steady at 4.25% to 4.5% as of March 2025. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell has indicated that the central bank is prepared to adjust its policies as needed to support economic stability. Businesses may face challenges in accessing affordable credit if interest rates rise, potentially affecting investment and expansion plans. 7. Trade agreements and tariff negotiations. Ongoing negotiations with trade partners, including Canada and Mexico, aim to address trade imbalances and reduce tariffs. However, the administration's aggressive tariff stance has led to trade tensions, particularly with China. The uncertainty surrounding these trade policies has created challenges for businesses engaged in international trade, affecting supply chains and pricing strategies. 8. Environmental policy shifts. The administration has rolled back several environmental regulations, including those related to emissions standards and land use. These changes are intended to reduce regulatory burdens on businesses, particularly in the energy and manufacturing sectors. However, environmental groups and some state governments have expressed concerns about the potential long-term environmental impacts of these policy shifts. 9. Healthcare policy reforms. Efforts to reform healthcare policies have included changes to insurance requirements and the structure of public health programs. These reforms aim to reduce healthcare costs for businesses and individuals. However, the implementation of these changes has been met with mixed reactions, and the long-term effects on the healthcare industry and overall public health remain uncertain. 10. Fiscal stimulus measures. In response to economic challenges, the administration has introduced fiscal stimulus measures, including direct financial assistance to businesses and individuals. These measures aim to stimulate consumer spending and support economic recovery. However, concerns about the long-term sustainability of increased government spending and its impact on the national debt persist. The economic policies introduced by the U.S. administration in 2025 are reshaping the business landscape, presenting both opportunities and challenges. While initiatives such as infrastructure investment and deregulation may stimulate economic growth, measures like increased tariffs and changes in immigration policies pose risks to certain sectors. Businesses must navigate this evolving policy environment with strategic planning and adaptability to thrive in the current economic climate.